Hey people, it's Niles talking. Now I found this article and I thought it was quite interesting, so I'm going to share with you. Now obviously for the title it says about the ice caps causing Europe to freeze, so here it goes. Hemisphere-wide implications. NASA warns temperatures in Europe could plunge if Arctic warming causes major ocean currents to reverse. Now for those of you who watch The Day After Tomorrow, you'll understand the basic premise of this idea. A major ocean current in the Arctic could reverse amid warming temperatures, a change which would bring significantly colder weather to Western Europe, scientists at NASA have warned. The circular current called the Beaufort-Gyre moves in a clockwise direction around the Arctic Ocean north of Canada and Alaska, where it naturally collects fresh water from glacial melt, river runoff, and precipitation. This fresh water protects sea ice from salty water, which would melt faster and help keep the north of the planet cool. But increasingly rapid ice melt due to climate change means the current has picked up unusually large amounts of fresh water and exposed it to the air, causing it to move faster and become more turbulent. Using 12 years of satellite data, scientists have measured how this circular current has precariously balanced an influx of unprecedented amounts of cold fresh water, and how this equilibrium could soon break down. Since the 1990s, the gyre has accumulated a large volume of fresh water, 1,920 cubic miles, 8,000 cubic kilometers, almost twice the volume of Lake Michigan in the US. The new study published in Nature Communications found the cause of this gain in freshwater concentrations, loss of sea ice in summer and autumn. The long-term decline of Arctic summertime ice cover has left the unfrozen sea much more exposed to the wind, which is therefore able to spin the gyre faster, trapping the fresh water in its current. Persistent westerly winds have also dragged the current in one direction for over 20 years, increasing the speed and size of the clockwise current and preventing the fresh water from leaving the Arctic Ocean. Sorry, I just yawned a bit. This decades-long western wind is unusual for the region, where previously the winds would change direction every 5 to 7 years. Scientists have closely followed the Beaufort-Gyre in case the wind changes direction again. If the direction were to change, the wind would then reverse the current, pulling it anti-clockwise, and releasing the waters accumulated all at once. If the Beaufort-Gyre were to release the excess fresh water in the Atlantic Ocean, it could potentially slow down its circulation, and that would have hemisphere-wide implications for the climate, especially in Western Europe, said Tom Armitage, lead author of the study and polar scientist at NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. This is because the release of the huge volume of fresh water from the Arctic Ocean and North Atlantic could have a major effect on another vital ocean current system. Fresh water is less dense than salt water, so scientists fear the sudden release of thousands of cubic miles of fresh water could interfere with the current system known as the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation. The system keeps Western Europe mild due to the northward flow of warm, salty water in the upper layers of the Antarctic and a southward flow of colder, deeper waters. Changes to this cycle could also affect the movement of organisms in the ocean, upon which many ecosystems depend. We don't expect a shutting down of the Gulf Stream, but we do expect impacts. That's why we're monitoring the Beaufort-Gyre so closely, said Alec Petty. A co-author on the paper and polar scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. The scientist said the results reveal a delicate balance between the wind and ocean as the sea ice pack recedes under climate change. What this study is showing is that the loss of sea ice has really important impacts on our climate system that we're only just discovering, said Dr. Petty. Now basically this means all sorts of things could happen, like, if you consider London, it has the same latitude as Calgary or Moscow. Because of the water flow, it's very warm and temperate relative to where it should be. If that flow gets stopped, England, France, Ireland, most of Western Europe will become much more colder. It could affect harvests, food, and all sorts of other things. I'm sure you can use your imagination and guess where it's going. So anyway, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. I'll leave this article in the description so you can look at it. If you'd like to support this channel, leave my GoFundMe. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave it there as well. Peace.